Today I am going to wastewater management system in Muskegon, which is bigger than the one that I go to down here. It doesn't freeze. It's usually, there's more water, it's also agitated, and there's usually more waterfowl. It's also a 40-minute drive, which is great. And I've never been there with this thing. Last time I was, well, I did take the Volt once, and I survived, but normally I used to take the Jeep there. But anyway, that should be fine. I just got a notice, though, that my right rear tire is a little bit low. So I'm going to stop by this gas station and get a little bit of air. It's at 37. Oh, that guy's using that one. There's another gas station that has one down. Well, that was out of order. Still no air. I'll just take the extra traction for now. Navigate to Muskegon wastewater. Maybe it'll pick it up with that, I'm not sure. That one. I did manage to get Autopilot working again.
Keep to the right onto I-96 towards Muskegon.
I de-iced the front radar. So Tesla keeps saying the radar works through snow. I suppose it does. Maybe it works through falling snow, but it doesn't seem to work very well when the snow accumulates in front of it. Or if it gets icy there. So the plane is really wobbly for some reason. Maybe it's the car. Alright, I pulled off just for a sec because at freeway speeds, I noticed, felt like there was some wiggling going on in the back tires. It's kind of making this judder. I wonder if it has something to do with the ice buildup in there. Yeah, it's kind of built up over there. There we go. Okay. It's a little bit better. You can actually see the snowflakes. Alright, finally back on the way. That should help. There was a little bit of ice buildup, as you saw. And so it's 14 degrees out, and my tires are gaining air pressure as they heat up. 3 of them are at 41. The low one is at 39/40. It's kind of been hovering back and forth. But the sun is out, melting the snow on the roads, so it is a little bit slippery. It's good to melt some of the road snow off and get a clean blacktop surface. Yeah, I think we're back to normal now. Feels pretty smooth. So that was interesting. I guess the ice buildup in front of that one wheel, I don't know, maybe it was slowing the wheel down a little bit. So there was like this dyssynchrony from left to right. I don't know. I'm not a car person. Alright, we have 31 miles left. We're going to be getting off the freeway about a third of the way in. Going through some farm country. You can see here, that was probably when I got on the on-ramp, so it was, I used a lot more energy than anticipated. It's still predicting that we'll get there at 57%. More likely it'll be like 55, but it's only 30 miles, and generally Trip Planner is quite accurate. 50 miles and less. Once you get up to 70, 70 miles, 100 miles, the margin of error is higher, and so it's not always as accurate. I'll probably be using Autopilot on and off The roads look pretty clear here, so traction probably is not an issue, but Autopilot isn't that smart in bad conditions for two reasons. One is it tends to brake late, and so because of that, I often don't have full regen because the battery is still warming itself up, and so that means it's using more brake power instead of regen. So in order to maximize regen, it would need to anticipate sooner when to stop and do it more gradually. Can't quite get my windshield clear here. It's too cold. Turn the defroster on here, so that should help. Anyway, the second thing is related to traction. It can be kind of dangerous to use Autopilot in low traction situations because, again, it comes down to anticipating. Because it brakes late, it brakes a little bit harder, and it doesn't give leeway for a little bit of slippage. So in order to drive safely in cold or slippery conditions, Autopilot needs to brake more gradually and detect. It's mainly an issue for using it on highways where there's divided highways where there's still stoplights. So 100 yards up, a car may be stopped, but I'm still going, 55 miles per hour. Autopilot needs to be able to anticipate that sooner, which I think Autopilot 2 will, because it has a long-range camera as well as the medium range and a wide angle, but it's the long-range one, I think, that will pick up and confirm what radar may or may not be seeing and identify it as a stopped car and start slowing down at a more reasonable pace. Quite cold. It's 19 degrees out here. There's a good amount of wind as well. So I brought 2 pairs of gloves. That's actually the only thing that's cold is my hands. I only have running gloves on right now, and they're definitely not enough. So I also brought my leather hand lined work gloves. They're pretty warm, so I think I'm going to put those on pretty soon. So the wastewater system here is right next to a landfill area, And then here's the actual water treatment area. Looks like it's frozen over. I didn't realize it would be frozen over this soon, but whatevs. Alright, well, it was pretty much frozen, all this part. I didn't walk all the way around because I'm running out of time. But the active agitators are over here, which probably is not frozen. So I'm going to swing around, take a look at those places, and then probably head back pretty soon. Alright, made it back home. I've got 6% left. Actually, I made it back with about 14%, but we had to run another errand. And that's where we got, well, not an errand, we actually went to an ice skating rink with the kids. And yeah, so after we were done with that, got home with 6%. So this is just for the last little trip. So we went 3.6 miles twice, to and back, and used quite a bit of energy doing that, probably because the battery was cold, the cabin was cold, so lots of heat was on, and we went through some snow on the ground, so a lot of energy use. But overall, the trip to the city is Muskegon, where the wastewater treatment plant is. That was 100 miles round trip, and I used a little over 400 watt hours per mile. It was actually, what was it? I can't remember if it was 410 or 420, which is not too bad considering it was 19 degrees and a little bit windy. So pretty good. But I left with about, oh man, how much was it? I think it was 80% on the battery. And I got back with 14%, and that was only 50 miles away. It wasn't very much. Actually, well, I just spent all this time trying to find in the previous videos what my starting energy percentage was, and it was about 80. I think it was like 80, 81 or something like that. So anyway, all that to say, you know, I take a trip 50 miles away from the house, charged pretty high, and I get back and I really wouldn't be able to go anywhere besides that for the day. I would have to charge again, which wouldn't be very convenient. So I guess I should have charged up higher, but still with my battery that would only be another 20%, so I probably could have gone, man, I don't know, maybe another 30 or 40 miles if I had charged up to 100. So, yeah. The 70 battery is definitely a range limiter in severe winter conditions. Yeah. So, but that's okay. I knew that when I bought the vehicle. I was accustomed to winters here, so it is inconvenient, but I knew the 70D would get me by for pretty much everything that I needed once they're, as long as I'm around superchargers. Yeah, so hopefully the new batteries, the new, what are they, 2165 or 2165 or something cells that are going to be produced at the batteries, at the Gigafactory. Hopefully those batteries will come out soon. That'll be awesome. I'm really curious about their energy density, if there's going to be a higher level of packs, energies, battery sizes, and also I'm really interested in whether they can receive higher supercharging power and end up having decreased supercharging time. That would be really awesome. Anyway, lots of ramblings. It's fun to get out. You may have noticed I kind of like inclement weather. I like bad weather and good gear. I think that's really fun. So, anyway, hope this was at least entertaining, and I will see you guys in the next video.